It's in the Jaya arc, and we cut from Luffy and the gang to a man dressed as a bear and one as a flamingo. Two mysterious characters with crazy bounties at that point in the story, and it turns out it's a meeting of warlords of the sea, and the man dressed as a flamingo shows us his Machiavellian, sadistic and psychopathic side as he toys with a marine official gleefully with that sinister laugh of his. This character is Doflamingo, and we know what he has done since that point in the story. The way he appears here and there in the story, making cameos with his connection to Bellamy, how he turned out to be the owner of that slave auction house in Sabaody, talking to the manager about how he doesn't care about the auction house anymore and is very excited about the smiles, and the idea of the Shishibukai facing Whitebeard, and we later on find out what the smiles are and what role they play in the new world. Also how he has one of the greatest moments of the Marineford War with the speech he gave about how people develop different values and what his perspective on war is. From the way Oda has crafted Doflamingo, we can clearly see he is a character Eiichiro Oda crafted carefully with a clear purpose, and that purpose is just not to be an obstacle Luffy must overcome in an arc like the rest of the other One Piece villains. I believe there is a greater role that Doflamingo is yet to play, and that it's going to be in the final arc. But before you go further into the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. I talk all things manga and anime, and without further ado, let's get back into the video. We are made to believe after the Dressrosa arc that Doflamingo is obsolete, like he has no purpose anymore, because he has served his utility in Dressrosa, which was to be a villain in the Dressrosa arc for Luffy and his friends to overcome, and that's it. But knowing Oda and how much attention he has given to Doflamingo, I just can't get myself to believe that Doflamingo's story is over yet, because you can't just toss aside a character like Doflamingo after the way he was built up. One Piece characters, even the random ones, are given moments that are very surprising, such as the case of Senior Pink. Oda has a knack to create surprising moments through his characters, and we don't have to look that far for a character who had a surprising moment, and that character was introduced in the same arc as Doflamingo, and it is Bartholomew Kuma. Kuma had some breadcrumbs here and there in the story, and it has finally paid off in the Eiichiro arc, and I believe there is to come a grand moment for Doflamingo as well. And I'm not talking about him giving some monologue about the world like he did in the marine ship when he was being taken to impale down on Zoro's ship, or when he talked about the treasure in Marijua while Magellan was observing him during the Reverie arc. What I'm talking about is an action that will pay off majorly that Doflamingo will commit, and that action is the genocide of the celestial dragons. I know, this theory of mine seems a bit far-fetched. We've got dudes like Garling and the Five Elders who can handle their own. When I say celestial dragons, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about your Saint Charles's and celestial dragons of his ilk, who make up the majority. And I know this act, killing all these celestial dragons, might be very dark for a story like One Piece, but considering this action will be in the midst of somewhere around the final arc, you'd expect something insane to occur, because I've always wondered what will become of the celestial dragons once Marijua falls. Will they just go to prison and that will be the end of it? I don't believe that will be the case, because if the world government comes down or Marijua falls, considering the inhumane activities and terror the celestial dragons have inflicted on the citizens of the One Piece world and the irredeemable characters they are, I think this makes my far-fetched theory a tad bit possible, and there is no perfect character to execute this than Doflamingo. If something like this is to happen in the story of One Piece, there is no perfect instrument for this than Doflamingo. The stage is already set. Doflamingo already has the motive to back up this sort of horrible dark deed because of his characterization and his history. Doflamingo Doflamingo is the most twisted and evil character in One Piece. From his powers to his actions in the One Piece story, he is absolutely perfect for an evil act as this. And there is also the history he has with the Celestial Dragons. The fact that he was one himself and he lost the Celestial Dragons privilege due to his father, and even when he brought the Celestial Dragons the head of his father as a gift to gain back his Celestial Dragon title, the fact that they refused him, I'm sure Doflamingo hasn't forgotten this. I know what I'm suggesting is crazy, and there is a strong chance that I'm just delusional and it's crazy for me to think this, but this made too much sense for me. The Celestial Dragon's fate coming to an end by their own would also make it poetic, and knowing Oda, I'm sure he doesn't want to sully the hands of any other character with this sort of act, especially the good guys, because of how heinous the Celestial Dragons are. Them just getting put into prison won't be enough for all the crimes they have committed on all the people of the One Piece world, and I don't think their demise would have as much impact if it is made by another evil character, if it is not Doflamingo, because it would totally be within his character to commit this heinous act, and I think the Celestial Dragons are too irredeemable to just get thrown in jail after the world government is taken down. What do you guys think? Is this theory too far-fetched and I'm just rambling nonsense, or does this theory have legs? Let me know in the comments down below, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and with that said, see you in the next one.